Hello, today I'm gonna show you how to walk through this game, which appears one of the most brain-exploding ones I've ever played. At first, I wanna say that, as you can hear, English isn't my native language, so sorry for my accent and for any possible mistakes. I must say it's not my merit that I was able to complete the game. But Cessinaire from Interactive Fiction Archive Mirror, whom I am not acquainted with, wrote the complete guide for the Intercept, and I had to use his work from the point I got at a deadlock. I'll show you where exactly. I would also like to thank Anfi and TimeStreamer from Twitch TV who helped me a lot in solving this game. In fact, I would never get my car started, and I would spend much more time for a lot of other actions without Anfi's help. So you're an Agent 68 and your mission is to procure a formula booklet. Some information about the interface. You type commands into a command line. Each command consists of two words. The first one must be a verb, and the second one is usually a noun. A few exceptions of this two words rule are to go in some direction, north, south, east, west, up and down, the inventory and help commands, and two commands to save and load your position onto or from your disk drive. Another important point is that the program checks just the first three letters of each word, so there is no any difference whether you type inventory, for example, or just inv. I'll type full words though, which will make them more understandable, I hope. Okay, so we start in a street and we can see a car and a phone booth from here, and we've already checked our inventory. We bear a watch and an ID card. We can examine some items using a look command. Uh, 3, 4, 6. Remember these numbers, we'll use them soon. There is no use to try to look at the ID card in this location, as the program tends to mix it with the car, because of the three letters rule I mentioned before. We'll do it in the phone booth, so let's go there. Okay, there is some sort of a Superman's costume. I spent days trying to use this suit somewhere. The trick is that you don't need it at all. In most locations, the only attempt to wear it leads to that you are immediately arrested by the police. Some places where you can put it on do exist, but it just doesn't make sense to do it. This unusable stuff is one of the most annoying points of the game. You'll spend a lot of time trying all imaginable combinations, starting from the ones which seem logical, such as talk chief and so, and ending with such an absurdity as drink codes or so. Well, okay, I do know that word hunting is the general problem of any text adventure game, but completely useless items make this one much more complicated. Okay, now it's a good idea to call using the numbers we read on the watch. The right command to do this is dial. No, it won't work. The right way is to spell numbers. A sudden jolt, and glancing into the location window, we find ourselves teleported to an elevator. Let's proceed our adventure. We got into the chief's office, where we can see our chief and desk. There is a decanter on the desk and it's full of wine, but don't try to drink it, as the chief won't like this idea, so he'll shoot you as a result. Indeed, if you try to take the decanter away with you, the chief won't tolerate this boorishness and takes the decanter back. Oh well, now open the decanter. As you can see, you've got a glass stopper now. It's not just a pen, it's a spy pen. Okay, we have nothing else to do in the headquarters, so let's go outside. Now let's get into the car. It is time to go by car somewhere. Thanks to Anfai's help, I managed to do this. Remember that if you get out of the car, not switching the gear from the drive position, you'll be bumped by the car, which kills you. An eerie looking house with a bell and a door is here. There is no way to open this door and get into the house through it. Instead, ring the bell. We fell through the trap door and got into a cellar. The chute leads back to the previous location, but we can't climb it so far, as we just slide back down. Now try to imagine what you need a shovel for. I guess you are thinking of digging somewhere or so, but no. The only point why you had to get it is just that you must possess enough weight to break the top of the crate. You also had to bear your watch so far for this reason only. Looks logical, doesn't it? Well, now we can put these two items and forget of them forever. Let's go upstairs. Hinges are rusted, so let's oil them and Well, you can't get them, but you can pry the hinge pins. It allows us to continue our way. We can also drop the pins then, as we don't need them anymore. A mechanical spider and what remained of its poor victim. Anyway, the bonds are useless in the game, so we can part with them with no regret. And there is a way to pass the monster. A key. When you find a key in some quest, it means you've done something with the most importance. But you know this one opens what? It opens nothing in the game. Well, brilliant idea, I would say. Okay, let's go upstairs. Oh, pages and bats. When I had been playing this game, these bats would kill me immediately after I got the pages, whatever I tried to undertake. Finally, Anfi had managed to find the way to take them. It's surprising, though, that bats don't attack you in the darkness, but do that when your flashlight is turned on. What I know about bats suggests it must be contrariwise. There is an entrance into a secret room in this location. It's not too difficult to find it. This section cuts the power off, so we can approach the mechanical spider now. How? Well, we should replace the fuses into the fuse box and come back, since the spider is turned off now. Press the red button then. Acid. Okay, let's go to where we fell through a trapdoor. We have suction cups now, so we can climb the chute to get back outside, but fragile tubes prevent us to do that. We must pour acid into a beaker and close the beaker with a glass stopper. Oh, I haven't mentioned that we don't need some stuff anymore. Now another location is awaiting us. We got into a theater. At first, let's go upstairs. We can't go to the stage, so let's come back downstairs. No, we can't find any money in this game. Just show the ID card to the usher. Thanks to Time Streamer. It's he who suggested me try this. Okay, latch padlock. Do you remember we've got some acid? A spotlight is just a useless fitment, so we can't do anything with it, as well as with small windows. They are just too small to get through. A stage manager won't let us go westwards, and we can't do anything with the curtains. But we need a rope to complete the game and something to cut a rope in this location. Again, we don't need some stuff anymore. Let's go back to our car and drive out to another place. Here we must move our car to find something, so set the gear to the neutral rather than to the park position. A manhole's here. course, we are not going to walk holding a manhole cover in our hands. Okay, we see a closed door, and there is just an only way to open it. It is time to get into a manhole, but before we do, we should think out how we are going to get back. Do you remember our car has bumpers? There is a lever in the manhole and it opens the door above. The door's open now. I'll save my current position. Soon I'll tell you why. And here is one of the most confusing things of the game. You see an agent and believe me, he is your enemy. The intuitive way is to shoot at him. Indeed it does work, and the agent becomes a drugged agent whom you can search, finding some useful stuff. The trap is that your spy pen gets empty then, so you won't be able to complete the game later, as you need your darts in the future. Sorry, too small. Okay, and that's the point I managed to get to without a guide written by Embed Sessinaire, although with the Unfice and Timestream's help. I tried to do almost anything then. I would search the closet and other items. I altered the codes and small windows in the theater. I tried to kill anyone I met, etc. But I couldn't imagine that I should press a wall here. Okay, it might be a wallet, not a wall, but no, it works even if we put the wallet in the previous room with the agent. Okay, anyway, actually we're on the wrong way. Let's load the saved position. What you need is to, guess what, remove your shoes outside, since the agent is asleep and you won't produce any noise and will be able to search the agent not discharging your weapon. There is a dial. Well, I coped with this task only using a guide, but I can suspect how it was to find out what to do here. I'll remind you the number of the card we just found is 622. Again, we don't need some stuff anymore. It must be a mystery for the agent when he wakes up. Let's drive to the theater where we met a stage manager once again, but that's not a good idea to drive a car with a rope tied to a bumper. Wow, there is an actor. He appears if only we have taken the page number 2. Shoot him. We got a formula booklet. The last thing we have to do is to bring the booklet to our chief. Let's go. Now dial our secret code. And finally, the last action. Well, that's the end. The ending looks some disappointing, but we could hardly wait something special for a game coming from 1981. Well, thanks for viewing and goodbye.